Hey guys, it's Michael again, and welcome to the last video on Rhythm Heaven. Oh, I know guys, it sucks, but it had to come to an end at some point. But that doesn't mean we're ending on a sad note. I'll make sure that this video is just as good and or better than the last one. We're ending on a high note. That being said, let's take it over to Green Screen Michael to see what's on the agenda today. And I swear to God, Green Screen Mike, if you say something about me being dull and or boring, I'm going to smack you. You look great, Mike. Thank you. F***ing bitch. Anyways, so in the last two videos, we covered all the main mini-games, the sequels, and the ending credits song. So by process of elimination, that leaves only the 10 remixes, which fans of Rhythm Heaven already know. Those are the mini-games that mash up all the mini-games within their respective columns. So again, just to make things perfectly clear, we're discussing these 10 remixes today. Now, let's bring it back to this bitch. Okay, well, just like the last ones, we're going to be talking about the English dub versions of all these songs, so apologies to the fans of the original Japanese version. These songs are going to be ranked in an order in which I enjoy them, from the least to the most. Like always, try to keep in mind, I'm no music critic. I'm just some schmuck on YouTube sharing his opinion about video game music. So now that that's cleared, let's rank every single remix in Rhythm Heaven Fever. Don't be misled by this being at the very bottom of the list, because this is actually quite a damn jam. It's not the strongest of all the remixes, but it still has a real nice style to it. There's one single little trumpet delivering most of the main melody here, and it really holds its own. I will say that the one gripe I have with this remix is the theming of it. The prehistoric look, as creative as they are with it, isn't too pretty to look at. I wouldn't really say it's disgusting or anything, just ugly. Even the flipper flop captain decided he was too ugly to be on camera. He's just gone, like,
if you think I'm gonna wear this monkey suit around, you got another thing coming! Freaking ridiculous.
But besides the theming, which isn't even really all that bad, there's not much I can complain about in this remix. A little short in length, and actually the shortest remix in the whole series, I believe. But it still brings out a great level of rock and roll! One thing I really love about this remix is all the in-game actions and how fast and kind of unpredictable they can be, especially upon playing it for the first time. Seriously, this remix takes quite some time to fully master. But honestly, it's crazy how smart they mix the gameplay elements with the music here. Everything meshes so perfectly, not to mention the nice purple redesign they've given all the characters. I really like the monkey watch now being a giant monkey Big Ben. That's pretty freaking cool. I guess my one nitpick would be the weird noise the forklifter makes when gobbling up the last couple balls. Ew. There's so much fun and bouncy energy in this remix. The beat is great and incredibly easy to get hooked to. The gameplay elements fit so well with the music. My favorite moments are definitely with the couple from Double Date, and I also really enjoy the whatever these things are supposed to be from the seesaw minigame. But one of the cool things in this remix that we don't get to see in a lot of the other remixes is the fact that each individual minigame takes place all in the same setting. Check it out, okay, so these guys are playing golf over here on this island, and while they're doing that, they're hitting the balls over to another island that these guys are on. Do you see the flag? And while these robots are being assembled, you can see both of those islands in the distance. And let's not forget those things from that are on the seesaw, which are obviously disguising themselves as these coconuts. I'm actually quite impressed with this remix, and it definitely didn't start out that way. I actually thought this remix was one of the worst of them all at one point, but I ever so slightly started enjoying this one more and more. If you remember my first video talking about the main minigames of Rhythm Heaven Fever, a lot of the minigames being remixed here were either at the very bottom of the list or really close to it. So the fact that they made it into a remix that's actually good is really impressive. They did a really good job redecorating all the minigames with this carnival theme. The song itself even sounds like you're riding a roller coaster. It captures the amusement park vibe so well. Usually when I'm listening to Rhythm Heaven songs, I pull up a playlist of the soundtrack on YouTube, which isolates the music itself from all the gameplay audio and sound effects. And a large majority of the songs in Rhythm Heaven worked great even without the bits of gameplay audio. This remix though, I think works a lot better with all its in-game sound effects. The major strength that this remix has is how amazingly it molds together the music and the gameplay.
I feel like when the gameplay elements are absent, I can still feel what vocal cues and characters are supposed to be there. Ready and ba 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 tap 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 1 2 3 ra ra sis boom ba boom 1 2 3 okay it's on. Oh yeah, I also didn't realize this until making this video, but Karate Joe is watching himself in Rhythm Tengoku. That's cool!
I actually like the photograph noir look in this remix, even though none of the characters' apparels have really changed, like at all. Remix 8's song has lyrics, and honestly, typically if you can sing along with a song, it makes it more enjoyable. The singer in this is amazing. They don't credit her anywhere in the actual game, but the English dub singer is Annette Marie Cottrell. I hope I'm saying her name right. And I think that she sings all the songs with lyrics in this game? I'm not completely sure, but I think she did a wonderful job singing all the songs that she sung in this game.
My favorite parts of this song are the ones where it's very calm to the point where it's only the main singer singing and with very little music accompanying her, and then both start growing more and more intense. And this moment with the air rally minigame is the best example because the gameplay matches the music 100% perfectly.
Bum, ba bum bum bum, ba bum bum bum, ba bum bum bum. 2 3 4.
Tell me what to do in your love.
It's so fun to sing along to as well. They really nailed it with this one. This remix feels like a mix of both Remix 2 and Remix 8.
A remix of the remixes. This isn't Tengoku. Wait. Yeah, this isn't Tengoku.
It feels like Remix 2 because of the fast pace and difficulty, and it's just like Remix 8 because it has lyrics.
And that's it. I would have mentioned a different remix, but we'll get there.
The visual presentation of everything looks so damn cool. It has this sort of punk rock look, and mostly everything looks to be on a stage in some form or another. The singing, I believe, is done by the same person from the last remix, and she still freaking kills it here. I mean, I can't help but get the chills hearing this part. God, I love this song with a passion. It's easily one of my favorite remixes. Good lord, everything looks so damn pretty in this remix. The theming of this one is just beautiful.
Look at this. Look, everything looks gorgeous. Look at the reporter. She looks so cute. Look at the wrestler. He looks hilarious as shit.
This remix is definitely one of my favorites in terms of visuals, and the music is no slouch either. I love how it sounds almost like the music for an intense Japanese training montage. The gameplay, of course, matches up incredibly well with the music, and it's kind of a match made in heaven that the Wandering Samurai made it into this remix. Though I have a feeling that him and his amazing minigame is what drove the creators to make this remix the way it is.
Fans of Rhythm Heaven are already well acquainted with the concept of a final remix, which takes up all the different minigames and puts them into one big mashup. And this one might be the best final remix of them all, if not insanely close to it.
I have no clue how they pulled this off so well. I mean, the pacing, which somehow matches perfectly from minigame to minigame, until it hits freaking love rap and it has to slow down, which, yeah, you know how I feel about that damn song. The transitioning between each of the songs and making all the different melodies flow smoothly from one to the next, it's almost as good as the Shrek in the Swamp karaoke dance party.
Don't go changing.
I love how each song has been remastered to fit together so seamlessly. And what I think is so great about this final remix is how they decided to include the tutorial section. And I think it's the first final remix to actually do that. And you know I can't forget that double fake out that they pull at the end.
I'm sorry to those of you who were really hoping that this would be the #1, but I had to reserve that spot for the true king. Since this is the last video talking about Rhythm Heaven Fever, I thought it'd be best if I brought up some songs that were worth mentioning that I didn't get to bring up in any of the other lists. That being said, here are the honorable mentions. This opening music somehow perfectly encapsulates the unique rhythm, style, and vibe that Rhythm Heaven Fever has. I feel like it amazingly gives you a taste of what the music will be like for most of the game. I mean, props to Nintendo for making each of the Rhythm Heaven games feel so unique from one another. Though the fact that each game was released in a different console from a different era kind of plays a huge part in that. I don't see this one really receiving that much attention, and maybe because the minigame is found in the 2-player section of the game. So if you're like me and don't have any friends, you probably don't check this section out too often. And if you're even more like me, you play with one controller in each hand. I have an embarrassingly high score. But anyways, this minigame and its music is one of my favorites to experience, even if it's by myself. It's just so empowering to pull some stuff off in this minigame, and the music's exciting rhythmic nature is to be thanked highly for that. What a way to come back after such an amazing minigame in the last title. But hey, you know what? Even though I said that sarcastically, this endless minigame is one of the best in the whole franchise. One of the things Nintendo has been really good at is making the music fit the scenario that it's in, and these guys are on a train. And it really does sound like they're on a train. Like this is, I don't know why they're on a train in the first place. The logic was out of the window in this series a long time ago. One of the things I love most about this music is how orchestral it sounds. It sounds like a band. A real one could play it. Oh boy, and it would just make my day if I could hear this being played by actual real life instruments. The bridge in this song has to be my favorite part to listen to. Listening to this music makes me want to be on a big boat, paddling to the beat, or like that big one that is in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory even. Yes, I know, technically this shouldn't count because this minigame was not released in the American version. But this is the honorable mentions, and God, this just deserved so much to be mentioned. I freaking love this minigame. And I'm not upset, just more disappointed that I'm never gonna be able to play this in real life. The big reason that it never made it to the US is because of translation problems. This is apparently a famous Japanese stand-up comedy format where one guy is telling a joke and then the other guy like yells in agreement and then slaps him if he gets it wrong. I don't know, that's just what I've heard. And they said that a lot of the jokes wouldn't be translated over well or just wouldn't make sense. Well, let me tell you, my friends at Nintendo, as a lot of the people in the comments to this minigame have pointed out, there's an easy fix to that. You just have to make new jokes. Here, look, I'll show you a perfect example. Shout out to the commenter Shy Guy XXL for coming up with these jokes that I'm about to use. Insect punch bug me. Yeah! My spine is holding me back. Yeah! Too poor to pay attention. Yeah! Insect punch bite. Very stupid! See? This could have worked. All you need is some short jokes and more talent than I've got. And speaking of me, let's go back to me. Hey, it's me. Welcome back. Now that that's done with, I guess now it's finally time to unveil the #1 remix. Okay guys, if you haven't figured it out yet by process of elimination, because you know there's 10 remixes, 10 spots, and you know, if you've been keeping track, never mind. Get ready to have your minds blown!
Oh my god, pure ecstasy in every way possible, my guy. This remix was the winner in my eyes from the moment I first encountered it. I just have such an intense love for it that no other remix could even come close to matching.
I don't know if that's, what's her face, Annette Marie Cottrell singing, but whoever it is, freaking makes this song, man. She makes it!
The beat and of course the drums is a no-brainer. I have to give this song major points for how incredibly well implemented it is. And you know my fat ass can absolutely appreciate the theming for this remix. But it's honestly a happy coincidence that the remixed visuals in this remix is one of my favorite of all the remixes.
I said remix like 3 times in that one sentence. Goddamn.
And yeah, of course, the gameplay elements work wonderfully with the music. I really like this part where it constantly swaps between Forthington and Baxter and the figure fighter. It sounds so awesome.
1, 2.
I'm pretty sure this song is beloved by most fans of Rhythm Heaven, so I'm sure that they would agree with me putting it at the first place spot. For those who might disagree with this placement, I know that it may sound too simple to be true.
But hey, well that's like two. But hey, well that's like two. Sorry, I just wanted an excuse to sing that part. It's so good.
This remix has the great beat, the amazing vocals. It is undeniably the best remix in Rhythm Heaven Fever.
Jab.
Guys, it has been a journey, but our trip through Rhythm Heaven Fever has finally come to an end. I'm going to miss you, old friend. It has been a pleasure ranking you. Okay, I just want to take a quick moment to thank all of you guys who have been supporting this channel by hitting that subscribe button. From the moment we started doing Rhythm Heaven Fever, we were at 30, and now from the moment of me filming this, we're close to 90. That's insane. I can't thank you guys enough for your support. I don't know yet what I want to do when we hit 100 subscribers, but I do know that I want to try my best to make it the best that I can, to thank you guys for making us reach this amazing number. I know it's, you know, it's a milestone, a small one, you know, maybe, but it's a milestone nonetheless, and I'm happy that you guys have helped us reach it. But yeah, that's about it. Just thank you. And if you guys like this episode, please leave a like and a comment and subscribe. Go ahead and ding that dong and get notified all day long when I'm releasing new videos like this one, and I will see you guys then!
Yeah, you told me the other day you'd be coming back today, but you didn't. Oh, no, 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 no. There's much that I can do.